This is gonna be so loud. Not gonna be talking too much, but how much money do I have? 81? Okay. We are going to do some wild things today. You. That's right, I played this off stream just to see if this all worked how I thought it was going to. It would help if I pressed everything. And that's recording. So I'm gonna do some crazy stuff tonight. While it would be nice to get shinies and stuff for the whole thing, there's a few other things I need to like set this all up for. So I need to make sure I have the money to do it. So while we are still going to be trying to go for like 2 shinies. Yeah, I know. This was already planned before you said anything. I mean, I was considering just not streaming. I did nothing at all today, so... I don't think I have water around here. I just have a monster. I'm gonna use up all these real quick. And we're gonna go do the fun stuff. Yeah, I think I'm the only one crazy to, some water later on? No, I'm good. I'll just go to sleep with Monster in my veins. I could also grab a Red Bull from the kitchen. I was also considering doing a stream just with not a mic, but... Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Bleeding. Works for me. Yeah, no, I usually do. Alright, what am I doing? You need to go first. You need to go over here. Okay, all of those are good. Ready to go. Debatable in my case. Let's go. Zooey. This Quilava ready to go. While I'm at it, let me move these over here. Lever's good. Okay. These drinks to water. No, I could have water if I really cared. Is this beyond? Oh, we're doing good so far on a lot of these. Munchlax we're still waiting on. Pikachu. Kadabra. Yeah, there's a few things that I want to do, like, absolutely before we do anything else. Let's see if we can do this. I drink water at work. I just don't really, like, I'll sometimes drink it during stream. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna go about what I'm about to do. We are gonna be glitching for the night. Also, have a good night, Cassie. I'd figured that Neko's still streaming. Did not expect anyone else to pop in here. I thought you would be going for at least like another hour or two. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed tonight, but it's fine. I still need to get a few more shinies from like Scarlet and Violet stuff. So Derpy, I don't know if you wanted to still possibly help out with that. I know Sparks helped out with one Sneasel, but I do need at least one more. Just need to get the last few is all I need. Okay, so that's all that done. Oh. We'll worry about this for now. So how do I want to do this? Let's see. I believe the way I want to do this is this can be moved there. And then move, move, move. So if you don't know what I'm doing, this is going to look really, really weird, but trust me, by the end of the stream, this will make a whole lot more sense. 3.8 mil, not bad. That number will increase later. Um, 749? And then 340. Okay. Let's go change our outfit. Sure, we'll be you today. Looking for bright colors. That's not what I want. It's also not what I want. It's just red dots. That's just yellow dots. Okay. I hate every single one of these types of pants. I'm not wearing any of these fancy bottoms. They look fucking awful. I hate shorts in general. And like all kinds of shorts. I don't think I own a pair of shorts now that I think about it. Because like living in Arizona, everyone was supposed to like have shorts and everything, and I always wore jeans and bulky like cargo pants. Maybe I'm just not a fan of legs. I don't fucking know. Like, this is what the full outfit's supposed to look like, but no, I hate it. Shorts just fucking suck. All these fancy bottoms might be... Like, short sleeve shirts are fine. I don't like that, but that's fine. I will have to go probably in the changing room, because these are probably the last pairs of pants that are in the game. That I'm just buying all of them. No, there are snow treasures. Snow trousers look insanely good. I'll take it. Cream, no. All the snow stuff is super expensive though, and I don't understand why. Gosh, I can't believe we... Okay, you know what? The bright pink works. And these should be the last, like, feet in the game. Yep, they are. And with that, we have purchased every single footwear in the game. So that's glasses, hats, and shoes. I'm still wearing the split-toed shoes right now, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. I need to do some math first, but first we are going to go out here. None of these are too particularly good. So I'm going to Cobalt Coastlands. Okay. So I need to catch, if I want to do this proper, 8 times 30 is 240. I'm dumb. Stop that, Kit. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 times 30 is 480. So I have to catch 480 Pokemon. Give or take a few. Okay. However, I do need to start with a few. Also, this is Trash Lands, so I can actually go for this guy too. So what we're doing today for Arceus has nothing to do with, you know, catching more shinies and everything and getting dust. Today is a... Kit's going to get... Kit is going to get a ridiculous amount of money fast. These 10 Glameow that we are going to catch are the start of what we're doing. 4, 5. We can actually catch the Starly too. That's actually okay. This is 6. Finger just twitched. 7. I don't know what that Starly is doing. What level are you? No. Level 30. This is fine. Okay, bye. These Drifloons actually would be fine too. Just because they're low level. I'm gonna catch this cat and the cat behind it. And then I think we'll be set for what we want to do. This works. Okay, so we have our baseline. So we could go around and catch everything like I have been doing before. However, that's not what I want to do, per se. There are still shinies that I need to catch, and there are some other Pokemon that I need to find as well. while the last time we streamed this game, we had very generous trading going on, which I'm perfectly fine with if it gets me closer to the goal. I need to still stock up on potential shinies to trade, even though I think now we have just a really good mix of all of them. Just in case if I need to. Did I think in a million years that somebody would want every single golem I ever owned and anything that was the color yellow? No. I don't even think a fucking psychic was gonna have any idea that that was a thing. But lo and behold, that is what happened. I'll still catch, you know, this like shiny Dustox and everything. That could be used in a trade if somebody has something that I have that I need, right? Once again, I am open to trading. Like, this entire goal of like getting every single shiny, I'm fine with doing an any means necessary sort of run, you know? I mean, we already saw that that's already been like off the table, or on the table, excuse me, with high school kits, less than legitimate shinies, I suppose. You're a dickhead. But like, I don't care. I'm doing it just because they look cool for like the challenge, but like I don't need to. And if I had, you know, more time on my hands, then cool. We could do maybe a Shelfa version of it, but I just don't care enough. The big thing is I need to catch a whole lot just to get to level 80 or 100. And with what we're doing here, this is going to definitely skyrocket it. At least that's what the goal is. I figured that I'm doing this whole money grind right now rather than at the end, just because like it would be nice to have everything all set to go, so when I get the last remaining shinies that I need, like we could just get them real fast, like insanely fast. For those who don't know what shinies we're missing, so if anyone wants to like trade or anything and has them, like feel free. We're missing Rowlet, Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Glaceon, Sylveon, Weirdeer, Munchlax, Cherrim, Vespiquen, Happiny, Wishcash, Ursaluna, Sliggoo, Remoraid, Growlithe, Glameow, a blue Gastrodon, Empoleon, every variant to Basculin and Basculegion, Luminion, Magneton, Magnezone, Gabite, Nosepass, Thanatos, Zoroark, Burmitrash, and Wormadam Trash, a regular Rotom, a second Rotom for Rotom Oven, Johto Sneasel, Rampardos, Shieldon, Bastiodon, I think I said Cranios already, but if not, Cranidos, and Mamoswine. And out of all of those, we can legitimately get like a lot of them. I mean, obviously you could just legitimately get every single one in this game. Like, that's not crazy to think about. But the hard part with getting some of them just has to do with the space-time distortions, which I've already talked about in length, where it's just a headache and a half to try to get every single space-time distortion shiny, because space-time distortions are just so hard to like manipulate. Do I think there is a way to manipulate space-time distortions? Yes. Do I know what it is? No. And I don't have the time really devote to figuring that out. And I'm also just not smart enough to like piece it all together. And that's just the truth of that situation. Most of the shinies that we still need, we should be able to get in a reasonable amount of time. It just depends on if we do get them. And keep in mind, I'm still open to trading Pokemon with other people just to get what I need in order to, well, yeah, in order to get what I need to do this challenge, right? A hypothetical is, Kit, would you have just legitimately caught every single shiny if you could, if you had the time? Like, you didn't have a job to go to that you didn't go to today. Because it was a bad day. And yeah, I probably would. Like, any future challenge, like if I'm able to just do what I want to do content-wise, like I'll devote the time and do challenges legitimately. And I'm pretty good with like sticking with challenges like all the way to the end. For this game though, because we already had like half the challenges already taken care of, and then now we're here, like I don't care enough for it. But if like we do Legend Arceus, or sorry, Legend ZA or whatever it's called, and like that has like another easy shiny sort of situation, I don't mind like going back, and this could suck. That's fine. If that game also has like a similar sort of situation, then like cool, we can catch every single one if we really want to. But I also like I said, it's only if there's like a post-game thing that would be necessary to do that for. Dickhead. And you might notice that I haven't played any other like newer games or anything on the channel, on both YouTube and Twitch. But why the fuck is a Floatzel doing all the way out here? Buddy, you are far out. I am not... So, here's my rationale for some of the streams lately. So for Hades 2 is obviously coming out really, really soon. So I would like to finish that sort of challenge and get a video up for it before Hades 2 releases. Though based on how long I'm taking on Dead by Daylight, and it's purely me on this one, as it always is. Will it ever see the light of day? Who knows? But I would like to get a Hades video out before Hades 2, just to like cover like that whole 100% grind beforehand. It's pineapple. I was like, so streamer mode, like, I think it's on my end. I have to do the truncated name bullshit, right? I don't remember if it does that. It's not. I need to leave a note so I can make sure I know who this is. Pineapple. Pineapple just messaged me saying that they're in Japan. And apparently there's a shop that's filled with like Nikkei stuff. Which I was just like, hey, yo. Okay, We want to go to the Alabaster Icelands like every chance we can. I'm going to save here. And this will also become apparent after we talk with Mai. Okay. The 2 Glamios are a possibility, so we'll go there. Everything else we don't need. So since we're like really, and I mean really late in the whole catching like all the shinies sort of stuff, I pretty much have to be very selective on which, like, when we use like our berries. I could grind more berries just on some of the other ones that y'all saw, but it's not my prerogative. So if there are people who are playing Arceus though that do want a specific shiny and want to like trade me if I get that particular shiny, like, listen, I'm open to discussions on like these sort of trades as I offered last time. Like, I was willing to like trade like a few like 3 or 4 shinies just for one of them, just to make it feel like a fair trade. To which that got rejected, and, you know, confusion hit, as it were. And like, you know, that is what it is, I suppose. But if like somebody comes in and is like, hey, I have 3 Eevee and I want like these particular shinies for them, like I'll add you on Twitch and just be like, cool, this is what you want, got it. I'll look for them for you, just in case if I come across it. Will I actively hunt it down as like my sole focus? No. But I will at least, like, if they show up in my mass outbreaks, cool, I'll take a look, right? I have like 3 whole pages of extra shinies to give to people for helping out, so like, I just gotta do what I can do. Now, the other hypothetical question one may ask is, hey Kit, why don't you just catch a lot of the ones on like Scarlet and Violet yourself that are like super hard to get in this game? Fair point. I would need to start Scarlet and Violet, and I don't really feel like doing that right now. Soon we will, but there's games that I'm currently playing that I need to finish. So if I get here's what I'm thinking. If I can get every Pokemon other than the rest of the Eevees that I need, the Magnemite line, Cranidos line, Shieldon line, and Johto Sneasel, if I can get the rest of them, then I can play Scarlet and Violet, so that way we can like focus on getting the last ones if Derpy and Sparks are too busy to help me out, which I understand, right? But if they're not and they're able to help me out, then I'll just trade them for whatever Pokemon that they want, or like 5 or 6, just to make it a fair trade. That's the big thing at the end of the day. So something else I've not really ever answered is what's gonna happen with like the rest of the random fucking shinies that I have that like are duplicates, as they were. And the answer to that question is I am going to just give them to friends of mine who might need them. Just to fill like the slot, and if they're trying to get every single shiny or something. I'm not gonna like release them, but if I like, you know, let's say I get back in contact with some of like my Nintendo friends from way back in the fucking day, and they're just like, hey, I need like a Carnivine and weirdly enough a Staraptor. Be like, sick, I got 17. Take one. Just give me a random fucking Bidoof and I'll be fine. That's also another reason why I'm willing to like trade 3 to 4 shinies for some of these last ones. Specifically because like I know that these are going to be a pain in the ass to get. Like it's going to be awful. But, you know, if I can convince somebody and being like, hey, you have a shiny Eevee, I'll give you 4 fucking different shinies just to get that Eevee from you, then cool, that'll work. But of course, you also got to remember the last time I streamed this game, that is an outlier. All those trades I did that previous stream is so far an outlier, like you have no idea. I never thought in a million years I was going to get rid of all of those golems, and like kudos to Navita, I think was their name. My brain's a little tired, I apologize. But kudos to them for wanting every single one of them and every single yellow Pokemon I had. But like that's, once again, a rarity. That's not something that always will happen. Like they did trade me, I think, a Golem for an Eevee. Or I traded a Golem for one of like their shiny Eevee, which was still baffling to me that even happened. Like that's just that's why I was offering like 3 to 4 different ones. The other thing that I'm also wanting to consider is also trying to get shiny versions of the legendaries. Obviously, like I said, I have Giratina, Palkia, and Dialga from an event way long in the past. That is something that I was like considering, and something that I like wanted to look into. For those who are unaware, there are like, how would I put it? Sorry, my nose is stuffed. One sec. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. So for those who are unaware, there are some custom servers out there that I think they've like found, I don't know exactly how they did it, but I think they found like whatever the code is to distribute like in-game event items. Like you have people who are getting like mystery tickets and shit. This place is the best place I need to go, so we're just gonna keep going to Cobalt Coastline. There's like a lot of people who are like, there's a lot of those customer servers out there that can give the item if you're there, right? If you like connect to it on like a 3DS or something. So I have a hypothetical that I wanted to check out at some point, but this would be whenever I like stream the DS games, and whenever I get the money to like actually just get an official capture card for my 3DS, because that would just be way better than just doing it not. I should save, but I'm not going to. Excuse me. I think that there are custom servers out there that have some of those event shinies from the past. I highly doubt that there are any for like Scarlet and Violet because it's a current game and they're actively like doing events on that. But like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, like those games, or like a server for something similar, I would assume that there's, because I think in the past there was like a shiny Victini and even like a shiny Keldeo. So if that's something they did in the past with the code, I wonder if there's a custom server that would distribute that, you know? I haven't looked into it much myself, but I did want to bring that up as like a possible idea for getting some of the other ones. If I have to just grind them, like just the most boring thing of just doing like a shiny hunting stream for it, then we'll look at our options in the future. So, hi Matt, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Every time I pass by this Basculin bunch, excuse me, there's nothing. It's funny, but also slightly like sad. Like my heart's just, dang. Which makes it funny is like the only legit shiny I've gotten like as of recent memory would be the shiny Basculin for my sword playthrough. Matt, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Kit Party. Enjoy your follow emotes. Okay. Another one of you, I see. Welcome to the club. If you pop out. Note, that is not one of the ones we're looking for. In fact, I'm fairly confident that I've seen that one numerous times. You got it without a reaction? What? Get out of here, bot. Funny. Yeah? What? Is there any reason to react to a shiny Pokemon? They're just a color change. Like, they're... It's a shiny? Okay. It's a different color. It's a palette swap. Not anything else interesting about it. Also, don't know if you could tell, but my entire team is made out of shinies. Yeah. I mean, even still, like, the only time I'll ever react to a shiny, the closest you'll get to a reaction would be, like I said, during my sword playthrough, where I got a shiny Basculin at just regular, like, the 1 out of 4,000 whatever odds. Like, that's all it was. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. We legit got something rare. It's a Basculin, and I don't care about it in any way, shape, or form, but we got it. So, like, cool. But to me, like, I don't care. Maybe I'm the only person in the world who just does not care. That's facetious of me. No, there's probably other people who don't. But the only time you'll just see me react would just be at a base odds sort of catch. If I'm actively looking for shinies, like let's say if I was insane enough to do like a shiny hunt for Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet or something, right? Let's say I was insane enough to just like do like a whole bunch of shiny hunts on that. Like, okay, I'm actively looking for the shinies. I know I'm going to get it eventually. It's just a matter of time. Just when's the time? Is it going to be 1 hour from now? Is it going to be 3 hours from now? Is it going to be 12 hours from now? Like, it's hard to tell, right? You have to just keep grinding for it. But you're going to get it eventually. As long as you don't stop, you'll get it eventually. And since you're going to get it eventually, it shouldn't really be a surprise. Now, Counterpoint to that, though, would be if you're shiny hunting in a game where you really shouldn't shiny hunt at all. The one I like to bring up a lot is Tom Fox and his shiny hunt for Quagsire in Pokemon Coliseum. It is notoriously hard to get shinies in that game. Like, and it's such a long process without like looking at the code and like proper timings of everything. You're going to have an awful time doing that. I think he's up of like somewhere of like 6,000 to 7,000 attempts for catching like that shiny Quagsire. And he still doesn't have it yet. When it does happen, oh, I absolutely expected him to make like a separate video for it and pop off and just like maybe start bawling his eyes out. Because that is, even if you're sticking with it, yes, you know you're going to get it eventually, but the odds are so stacked against you in that particular moment, in that particular game, that like, that's a valid reaction. It sucks that it's for a shiny Pokemon, so it's utterly useless, but like, I get it, right? You're challenging yourself in that aspect to get a notoriously hard shiny in a game that is just awful to get shiny Pokemon in. So like that one I would have expected over the top reaction, crying, sobbing, and everything. As much as I love watching Tom's content and everything, I'm still gonna be like, hey yo, not your brightest idea. Like it's just mostly a like not a good use of time until you get it. Unless you get like 1 million views, then like cool. Then it was worth it. But like doing something like that just seems insane to me, right? Egg hunting is just boring. And I think your pop off when you're egg hunting is less like you being excited that you got the shiny. You're just being grateful that the boring part is done. Also, Matt, and just in case it wasn't obvious, like, as you can see in my boxes, there is an obscene amount of shinies in this box. Like, absolute metric fuck ton of shinies. Heck, even shiny Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. And then here is my extras. Like, this is 1 box, 2 box, 3 boxes of extras. Or 2.5 if you want to be pedantic. And then like a few Fiones. So forgive me if I'm not overly in awe of me getting shinies. Yeah, and there are some odds in some of the games, but like, oh my gosh, this is kind of huge. Wow, this is actually a really good spread. We'll go Growlithe to Glameow, up to Molten Arena to Finneon, and then here to get these last 2. This actually could be a good one. This actually could be really good. We'll see. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, if you're looking for reactions for shiny Pokemon, you really won't get it out of me unless like we end up streaming Pokemon Coliseum or XD Gale of Darkness one day and we get it through those games. At that point, I feel like it's understandable to be excited during those games. But other than that, you're not going to get too much out of me. And I apologize if that's boring to some people, like you just want to see most over-the-top reactions of all time. But I hate to break it to you, a lot of them are fake. They're not extremely excited, and let's be real, they did it just to get the content out of there. And that's all there was. Like, they got their content. And left. Like, name... This is my favorite exercise, and maybe it's changed recently. Maybe it's changed. I can't be for sure. But like, when was the last time somebody like who wasn't doing like a shiny lock challenge run, right? But when's the last time you saw somebody who like decided to do a shiny hunt post game, got the shiny, and then used it on a team? Like, no, they're done with the game. They're done with the game. They have no reason to play any further. They've done everything, including the post game, so they got the shiny charm. So when are they going to use that shiny? If the answer is pretty much never, congratulations. You now realize my thoughts on shiny Pokemon. But I have to remind everybody, the reason why I'm catching shiny Pokemon here in this game and not like the reason I'm catching them in this game and actually going through it is mostly because I am doing the post game. What's champions? I don't know what that is, Drippy. These Finneon might run away from me. We'll see. They should. Let's go, Luminions! It's the ultimate Pokemon game. Can you send me a link? Or send me a link to it? Because I'm curious. Just PvP Pokemon, but you use any Pokemon that are in your home. Oh, then you completely lost me because you just said PvP, and I don't give a flying fuck about PvP in Pokemon. Like, Pokemon battles are my least favorite thing. So like, lost me. That being said, Pokken Tournament. I always wanted to try that. Hi, Dustin. Alright. I'm saving before this because this has the potential to be huge. All the Pokemon you caught over the years? Awesome, but it's Pokemon battles and Pokemon experts, like people who have played the fuck out of like, dude, see, look at how fast the fucking Basculins disappear. Just fucking gone in an instant. They're like, yep, peace, out of here. So fast. Alright, let's we're gonna go here, we're gonna go do our loop around, and then I think we'll be set on this area. Yeah, no, Pokemon, like, people who do, like, PvP Pokemon battles and, like, actually participate in those fights, it's just way too much for me. There's so many moves, there's so many abilities, there's people min-maxing all the stats and being, like, having, like, the top, as Joey would say, the top percentage of Rattata. It just doesn't excite me. Here, once again, this might be my take. This is really all the other things to do Pokemon after you're done with the games. That's true, but here's my take, right? And this is something that I talked with Cheese about, because I do at some point want to do a playthrough of every single Pokemon game, more or less legitimately, if we can. If not, it's like if it has to be done through emulator, we'll see. But like battling, like both of us going through different versions of the game and then battling each other at certain points, similar to like the rival battles. We don't have to like grind, we don't have to do anything, just see where our Pokemon are at and go from there. And Cheese and I think we're going to do it for X and Y. I think that was the plan. But like those would be the only time, and Derby, if you want to do one for a game, for one of those games, let me know. Like that's the only time that I like would really do it. But most of the time the battles just don't interest me because it's such a high skill floor, and an even higher skill ceiling. And I don't have the time nor patience to devote to something like that. And that's just like the truth of the matter, right? And here's the thing, like, it's not even a thing of like, oh, if I, you know, become full-time and do the, like, I could devote time to it. No, like, it takes ages to be, no pun intended, a Pokemon master. Like, it takes so long. That shit sounds fun. Then we could play Black 2 and White 2. Derpy. We could do that. That'd be interesting. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Also, you said red, and that reminds me, we did catch a shiny Spearow at base odds in that game, and like legit Pokemon Fire Red. Forgot about that. That was like the post game when I was showing off everything. I was like, oh, see, that's rare. I totally forgot that that Spearow exists. But that's on the emulator, so it's always been around. Yeah. Look at that. Alpha Basculin. Good stuff. Nothing? Nothing. Crazy. Do my rinse around. Yeah, like battles, like at the end of the day, battles don't interest me hardly at all. And I don't have the time to devote just to Pokemon to get better at it. Because I play so many different games, and while there's some challenges that, like, sure, I'll take my time and like learn and get better at the game for, I'm not gonna try to get through every single Pokemon game, try to be a Pokemon master, no pun intended once again, and then just do Pokemon battles for the rest of my channel's lifespan. If you want to do that, go watch, like, I think Hayden's still around, he does Pokemon content. I think he does like professional Pokemon content. But like there's a few channels who do like a whole bunch of like that sort of stuff, and that's never gonna be for me. Yeah. And then once again, if you're, and this is the thing, like I don't talk about analytics too much, but you are on my list, miss. Or you, sir? You are, sir. You are on my list. Cool. That's Glamio taken care of. That's the closest to a reaction you get. No, we were talking about, so I don't talk about like analytics and views and all that sort of stuff when it comes to the streams. Like, while I do want to grow and even like get more like views and everything like that, I'd rather do that with like the video stuff that I want to make. Like streaming, I feel like most of the time I've not been the most exciting for streams, but whatever. But with the Arceus streams particularly, something I wanted to mention is, gosh, Derpy, I'm hoping the footage, by the way, for for this game, for like all the, once we get to these Switch games and everything, I hope the footage that I send you is actually good and usable. If not, well, I'll just have to run around for fucking ages or reuse the stream footage. But that'll be in the future. We'll talk about that later. I still have to wait for the whatever it's called to be finished, the editing of the script. Anyway, sorry, side note there. Very vague because the color grading of the game. True. So, that's funny. Shit. Hold on. I need to go over where the most likely, okay, so here EVs can be, but I also really want Basculin, so I'm gonna save here. I know I'm getting off track about what I was gonna say, like analytics wise, but just like give me like 2 seconds. Yeah, no, I do, but I don't want to have like the backgrounds or anything like in it, but we'll see. Okay, let me talk to my. We'll see which ones works better. So the only one that we would have is Stantler. So Stantler is the only one that I would need here. I'm gonna go over there real quick. See if any of those Stantler are shiny. And if not, then we'll back out and we'll head to Cobalt Coastlands. This is because I think this is one of the massive mass outbreaks that could have Eevee. This one and the Alabaster Icelands are the two. So let's see. Well, they fucking booked it. Do you have a shiny weird ear? Ow. Okay, well, that's lame. Oh, wait, you have a shiny weird ear or Stantler? I need a weird ear. If you have a shiny weird ear, I'll trade you. Derpy, yeah, let's trade that. Because I do have the Stantler, I just don't have the weird ear. Also, hold on. No, he gave me an Oshawott. That's what it was. I thought he gave me a Piplup. Okay, let's go over here then. Sorry, I'll get to what I was talking about with analytics here shortly. Just let me finish this. Don't have to worry about permutations. Happenings 1, Growlithe 2. 2. So it'll take a hot minute. That's fine. I'm just gonna run around real quick here. Do I want to go to Crimson Mirelands? No. Because I don't think there's really... There's like a little bit that I want in Crimson Mirelands, but I think just the 2 here would be better. Because I could still run around and try to find the others. So Happiny is 1. Hello, Happy Eggs. Blossy would be happy. Okay, so sorry. Analytics-wise... Ow. Fuck. Here's the gist. When it comes to Arceus, and I actually... Assuming if Matt is not here, then I think this actually like suits my point. Unfortunately, there's a big drop off when it comes to like how long somebody watches the. I heard that out of the corner of my ear. What the fuck? There's a big drop off for how long it takes for somebody to like leave the stream when it comes to Arceus. Like Hades, you'll have people who are there for a hot second. If these are Alpha Happiny, this is the craziest thing ever. That's not Alpha Happiny. We're getting the fuck out of here. But that's funny though. Kinda want to catch them. Gotta be honest. It's not every fucking day that you catch a whole bunch of fucking Alpha Chanseys. Dude, look at all these eggs. Look at how happy it is. Catch you, catch you, catch you, and catch you. Please stop. Please stop. You're harassing me. This is bullying. Fucking eardrums, dude. My fucking eardrums, holy hell. So many. This screams. Oh my gosh, this screams. Jeez. My brain's getting scrambled with all those screams, good lord. Okay, so yeah, I think this is gonna prove my point though. When it comes to analytics, because I don't have any reactions to any of the shinies, there seems to be like a very short, like it's usually like 15 to 20 minutes of like watching the Arceus streams. Now, I could get very, you know, bleh, and be like, oh, it's definitely because I'm not that interesting and such. And then Neko will yell at me for like the next few minutes or so, as per usual. As it usually happens. However, based on how often I find shinies, it gives me reason to believe that it's actually more the fact that I don't react to any shiny Pokemon at all. Not like I don't react to a few. Like, I don't react to hardly any shiny Pokemon at all. Which, as a result, just means that, like, it doesn't interest the viewer, and then they leave. And it's very consistent. It's like around 20 to 30 minutes is like what the retention time is. Compared to like Hades recently, I think it's like been an hour to hour 10. Which is not too bad, I might add. And then Dead by Daylight is anywhere from like, I think the average is about 45 minutes actually on that one. All of it's in like the YouTube studio stuff. And what it really is with Arceus, and why I never expect these streams to do particularly well, it might be different for Twitch, because I mostly just check the YouTube side of things for the few that watch me there. I would wager it's the fact that it's probably a bunch of kids who they want to watch somebody playing Pokemon, but they want to watch a shiny hunt and watch them pop off every time they find a shiny. Like, it's such a big moment, and like shinies, there's so much cool stuff about them, and I don't think they want to stick around for somebody who has no interest in the quote unquote cool factor of a shiny. And also like just actively just acknowledges how pointless shiny Pokemon are nowadays. The problem is everyone's been brainwashed over the years to believe the shinies are inherently wowzer moments. And here's the thing, if we're talking like Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, or even Diamond and Pearl, then yeah, they're absolutely wowzer moments, because they're hard to fucking get, and they're crazy. But nowadays, you play Scarlet and Violet for like a few minutes and you'll come across a shiny. You play this game for a few minutes, sure, you don't even have to get like, you don't even have to get like the max like Pokedex stuff, right? You can just run around and you'll probably find one. Like, it's not hard. They're not wild moments. 10 years ago they might have been, but at that point you had what, Pokesav, and everyone was hacking Pokemon in with Pokesav, with like perfect IVs and EVs and making sure that they were toggled to be shiny. So coming after seems really pretty common, yeah, and then Scarlet and Violet made it even more common. So that's the big thing, is I think to kids though, kids probably think that it's like the most amazing thing to see a shiny, but it really isn't. And seeing that there's other content creators out there who will capitalize on that and try to make it a huge, amazing wow moment. It's the biggest thing since fucking sliced bread. It's a monumental occasion. We need to have a goddamn ceremony because I caught a shiny goddamn Magikarp. Look at its gold goddamn color. Like, No, it's not special. And then, of course, the next logical question in my case would be, well, Kit, then why are you doing the whole shiny thing for the post game here? And the answer to that's the same answer I've given previously, which is it's already a long grind to try to get every single Pokemon up to 80, so I can possibly do the Path of Solitude stuff. So why not just go for all the shinies while I'm getting all the money and using the glitch to do it? Ow. Yes, that's where your point on bigger content creators really has full merit. That's true. And once again, Derpy, as we talked about with the Dead by Daylight stuff, like I know I'm the minority because bigger content creators, they're big for a reason. And once again, there's other big content creators that I like that I do like. Like I do watch Maximilian Dude and I do watch Astral Spiff, right? Two massive creators. And but like they're not like capitalizing on like the reactions sort of stuff or like the I'm just gonna view farm or anything. They make actual like good content, so it makes it deserved. Markiplier, who I watched in the past, also, you know, same thing. You can still say it's reactions based on like the horror stuff, but I think Mark's more genuine compared to like other content creators around that sphere who just, you know, they don't really get scared of it. But I don't watch any PokeTubers. The only PokeTuber that I watch is Johnstone. I will say that I have listened to the Pokecypher from Shofu, the 2013 one specifically, quite a bit the past few days. I've never been big on Small Ant, to be honest. But like I said, I'm just that's just my like that's my taste in videos, I suppose. I know I think Small Ant has partnered has done some stuff with Johnstone. Fuck my life. Don't want to go after that person. We go around this way. Yeah, I just once again I'm more of a cynic in that sense. We've talked about that numerous times before. Yeah, no, I've watched like there's a few Austin John videos I saw for Arceus that I've watched specifically because like I, you know, wanted to get some like information on what I should do, but other than that I don't really watch too much. I watch Johnstone because like as much as I not like he does kind of react every single time he gets a shiny when he's like going through like the games. He actually does it in like a challenge format that I'm actually like okay with every single time he does it, because he is actually going for hard challenges and that he has the time to put aside to do. But he also like doesn't react to every single one, so challenge with all, yeah. Yeah, as far as like creators I watch, I've been doing a this is gonna sound so strange. It's a dual oh shit, this is gonna suck. Alright, we're gonna give this a shot. A dual Astral Spiff playlist, if that makes sense. I'm essentially watching a lot of stuff. I don't watch all of Spiff's content from like way back when. Like some of the security breach stuff and Bendy stuff I'm just not super interested in, but like I'll go through and make my own playlist of like stuff to watch from early on to like now that like interests me, and it's quite a lot of content. I mean, we have to check Unknown. Spiritom's not it. Actually, nothing. Literally nothing here. Okay. But then like I've watched like part of it on my phone for Spiff's content, which is why like I want to get into content, right? It's because I want to make like a lot of like content that I'm like proud of and like that I think would be really cool. I don't have the time nor the resources, which is why you know, I've asked for help with like Neko and Derpy and Sparks and their kindness, which I have a whiteboard. I need to get an extra notebook because my notebooks are just everywhere. I need to get a notebook and start filling it out on just how much I like will owe them just in the future, money wise. So that way I can make sure like when I do have the money, I can make sure it's spent. And if I don't, like I need to get it to them any way, shape, or form. Two, yeah. But you know, I do want to make. There's so many ideas that I have. When I worked at the credit union, and I'll go back and forth with credit union bank. It's credit union Buzz Banker. When it goes to the credit union, I was gifted a Stardew Valley like book, and I started writing all my ideas in that. So I have a whole bunch of stuff. It's just, you know, getting all the stuff to make it work. And I have all the ideas. I know what I want to do, and I know it can be done. Just I don't have the, unless I want to put aside like an entire month to learn how to edit, which I'd rather, you know, do the streams because that way we have the consistency and not have people forget about me. That is a good bite. Okay, cool. You jumped while in that animation. That's not how that's supposed to work. You are the shiny. I was kind of scared that it was the Garchomp. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no, because once again, he has, because for Spiff, he has Connor who edits, and he has himself, depending on what it is. And he doesn't make a video on everything, but like, he at least has like a support with like Connor and like some of the stuff that he knows he can like edit himself. But like you know, I have a job that I have to like worry about and that I'm trying to leave and trying to work it. Trying to work it all out. So, and I can't really take the time. Dang ads, I'm sorry. I can't take the time to say, hey, I'm gonna just not do streams for a month and not work for a month so I could learn how to edit, figure that out, and then start making out content. Like, one, the YouTube sphere and Twitch sphere is so volatile that like actually, you know, getting there is crazy. Also, there is a chance at a Cherim around here, and you are not a Cherim. So yeah, there's that. So that's why like I'm appreciative to like Derpy for offering to help out and like and Sparks and Neko, and I hope we can start getting the ball rolling on a lot of it because that would be really cool. But like, yeah, I have the ideas and I know what I can do. I'm looking forward to it. Just got to get it rolling. Yeah, I got the ideas. It's all there, and I know I could write it. But there's times, once again, I lack the confidence a lot of the time, especially because like I look at a lot of the these are promo passes. That's fine. There's times where like I'll look at like Spiff's content. By the way, what I mean by dual playlist, what I'm doing is essentially I have a playlist that I've been watching that's on YouTube on my computer and one on my phone, and they are off kilter from each other. So I'm technically watching the same content twice, but at different times. Kind of funny. Anyway, just gonna check the trees around here and then go from there. But I always like my crisis of confidence, and I know Neko's seen me have this a lot recently. I don't know how much, and I think Sparks has seen it too. That's a Cherim. Or Cherubi, excuse me. I'm not a happy person, right? I'm going through like stressful times and just hard times in life. And I look at all these other critters that I want to be like, you know, not like exactly like, but I want to make content that's like on par with them, or like make my own type of content that I think would be really cool to make, just to be maybe on the same footing as some of the people that I idolize. You know, I look at like Blaze, and I look at like, once again, Spiff, Neko's in the process of making content. Like, everyone's got all these like cool ideas. I want to be on par with them, but they're all like happy people who have like the energy. And even though Neko's, you know, having health issues, like she's still like pushing on forward. It's super inspiring, and she's doing great. Just has to, you know, figure out the health stuff, and she's golden. But because I sound like down and tired all the time, and just get used by work and never happy, and hold myself to such a high standard that like it's tough. You know. Yeah, no, everyone has red Gyarados. I just saw what you just said. But yeah, there's... excuse me. But there's some days it's good. I'm good to trade. Okay, let me get out of this area. Once I'm done with my once over on this area, I'll trade with you. But yeah, that's the big thing, is like I'm real, and I'm open about the fact that I'm not like a happy person. I still have depression, anxiety, and just hold myself to such an insanely high standard that a lot of people don't understand why I do. Like the perfectionism and everything, that I want to just make it perfect and have this idea that I want to stick with and have it all be cool. But, you know, I lack the confidence. It's why, like, it's another reason. So, side note to all that, weirdly enough, that's another reason why I'm in the midst of like leaving my job. It's not even just because of all like the bullshit, like higher up stuff and moving me around and all this jazz. I almost died right there. That was scary. Whatever. The other part of it, though, is I don't have the confidence in my job anymore. And like, it's, you know, it kind of trickles down to what I'm doing now, right? So for those who aren't aware, I'm kind of like a receptionist at like a medical office, a dental office. But I also go over like how insurance works and like the finances. And even though like this is stuff that I've known for years, and know how it works, and know how medical stuff works, I know how auto and homeowners works, workers' comp, gonna be honest, I've been flaky on lately just because it doesn't come up too often. I wasn't in that department for too long. With all of that, I still will like explain how like all of it works, and I know how it works, and I know the specifics, and I know like all the nitpicky ways of how it all works, and how you can use it to get the treatment that you need for like dental, right? And lately I'll talk about it, I'll help people out, I'll answer all their questions, and I'll sit there and I'll be like, okay, but was I right? Maybe I wasn't right. Maybe I told them something and it's not correct, and maybe it's like, you know, I might have given them like the false impression on how it's gonna work. Like maybe I just said something wrong. I'm going to the trading right now. What do you want, Derpy? For it. Also do 55558877. We'll do the same code as normal. Okay. So just type it right here. I got nothing I need. Well, listen, you're getting a shiny, so I'll give you something. Yeah, no, I keep having this like whole crisis of confidence thing, not even just with like stream stuff and like content, but also just like you know what? I'll give you a Chimchar. How about a shiny Chimchar? How does that sound? You're like everywhere. Anyway, yeah, sure. Works. Yeah, no, that's the big thing is like I just it's rough. It's just so rough to like go over everything, and half of my brain is like, yeah, I know it's correct, I understand it, everything's like got it down pat, easy, but there's just somewhere in the back of my head I'm just like, no, maybe I told them the wrong information, maybe they're gonna get screwed over, and I fucked up everything. Oh god, it's all wrong. Like I just completely doubt myself. And this has been like an ongoing thing for the past like 2 months. What really actually set it off was a meeting that I went to where like I was like half paying attention during the meeting, I'm going to be honest, because there just wasn't really anything that I thought at the time was worth going over that I like didn't already know. And then all of a sudden they started talking about something that like we're saying that was like part of the job, and like it's like a requirement of the job to do this sort of thing. I can't even tell you what it is. I don't know what they were talking about, but it's something I've like never done. And I went back to my boss and I was like, hey, is there something I'm like not doing? They talked about this a little bit. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. And she's like, no, like you're doing everything. And that's like what kind of pseudo started my like crisis of confidence. Thank you, Derpy, by the way. But like it's been just getting worse and worse. Like I'll just I'll like just be like talking to patients and just like explaining how everything works, so that way they don't get like, they don't feel like cheated or anything. And then lo and behold, like right afterwards I'm like, wait, did I say that right? Was I wrong? Shit. So like maybe I just fucked up everything. So that's another reason why I'm looking to find a new job. But like I said, it then goes back to streaming and writing, where like it's the question on if I have the ability to. And like there's a part of me that knows I have the ability to write a script and come up with these cool ideas, and I think that a lot of people would enjoy it. It's just the other half is like, well, I'm not a happy person. People want to see happy people. And I'm a very open person, and people don't want that. And, you know, I have like these sort of ideas for these games, but do people really want to see that? And that last part's like, I don't fully know. But like, I'm still gonna just go with it. Also, I don't need to go to that island anymore. I could just jump down here now. Makes it easy. But I think at the end of the day, like I gotta keep telling myself that with at least content, like wanting to make videos and streaming, it's not just for me, but it's for other people too. Like for the team, the small team that's like essentially being made to help with this, like I it would be really cool if I can like get, get them like paid and like something, or like be able to at least give them like some sort of like wage to help out with that. For me, it would help boost my confidence and also just make me feel like I'm doing something good in the world. And then for like the community, it would be cool for y'all to have like actual content that you just enjoy watching and want to like keep maybe watching on repeats like every few times, just because it's cool and like informative and that you like it. So um but then there's other things too, like for all the kindness that Doge has shown me, even though I still butt heads with him quite often, unfortunately. Um, Even though like I butt heads with him a lot, I do feel like I owe him like more money than just like rent and everything. So like I've been coming up with like a number essentially of like what I can give him if things start going well. Um, as much as I don't get along with my family too often, and still butt heads to this day, um, I do want to give some money back to my mom and my dad. Um, just as thanks for all the shit that I've probably put them through. And then obviously to those who helped me out. I think the big thing at the end of the day is I just want to also be able to get out of debt and say that I did it without having to do a bunch of stuff that I just don't enjoy. You know, I read something recently, and I don't know how true it is, but like I'd believe it. I was saying most like this is more American rather than like overseas. It was like most Americans would rather die than be broke. And there was like a rise in like uh so game overs, let's call them, just for PG stuff. Normally I don't censor, but this sort of thing probably want to on on Pokemon. But like it was on the rise from people who like did not want to be broke. It doesn't surprise me. I've seen it a lot. There's people who like in both types of medical like scheduling that I have done in my lifetime. I've seen people just put aside procedures that would give them like a better lifestyle and help them out, but because it would put them like an extra like $1,000, $2,000 in the hole, they would rather just live out the rest of their days, albeit brief, more on the medical side rather than the dental. They would just live it out with what money they had than having to be in debt. It's sad. There's like that's America right now for you. Life is strange, but you gotta live your life to the fullest. And I'm hoping that I can at least impart, like, to you know, my community for a long time. You know, they were younger, especially for like Splatoon, and I'm hoping with a lot of them who are getting their first job relatively soon or already have, that they know to just save as much money as you can. Do not wily spend every bit of money that you get. Just, if I could tell y'all like one thing, it's just to save your money. Hold on to it. Don't, if you're having to pay like your parents like rent or something, hopefully it's not too much, but like don't go out and just be like, I'm gonna buy this new car because I need to. There's no real need to buy a car unless you need to actually get from point A to point B. Don't need to buy like a whole bunch of video games because you really want to. Like, it's going to put yourself into that debt. It's gonna hurt you and stress you out. So, and I did say that I keep it real. Oh my lord. See, this is what I was talking about. I knew that this would show up. Okay. This is rare. We've seen this twice before. So this would be how I would like grind this out. There's like it's a less than 1% chance for any of these to be shiny. I knew that this was a thing, but like we haven't seen it in so long that maybe I thought I was like dreaming. We play this hella safe. See it. Okay. I need to save. Here just so that way, because these guys are gonna run. I need that blue one to just not be there. This is terrifying. Dude, that small one that's all the way over there. Oh, hold on. Okay, now we go. All in. Pay attention. Okay, cool. Catch. Yeah, because now they're running away. Now we just gotta all in. Okay. You know, they leave fast. Okay, well, we got an Eevee. I don't know what I should evolve it to. Also, okay, so while we're here, what do we need that's here? Okay, well, Happiny is one. And then combi to potential Vespiquen, but we need a female combi. Unfortunately, we've just been getting a lot of uselesses, so... Let's see. I know I just, like, kind of pivoted, like, conversations, but that's the kit for you. Talks about everything. How long have we been streaming? Oh, an hour and a half. Feels like I've been streaming like 3 hours. Holy crap. Alright. Happiny can be up top, but it could also be down here. I don't really care to look top. I'd rather just look in here. And then combis. Oh, we could check the Cherum spawns too. Or sorry, Cherubi spawns. That is another thing that I can do. I'm gonna be going. That's a giant fucking Banui. Holy shit. We'll be going back to work tomorrow. I know there's a lot of stuff I need to catch up on, and my boss kind of very curt with me today. When I called out, being like, "Oh, okay, see you tomorrow." I was like, "Okay." I rarely have called out on this job now that I think about it. But yeah, no, I have a bad habit of like doing that too, Derpy. Of just like brain just stopping and being like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah. Oh, we were talking about confidence. Okay, is there anything else here that I need? No, so the only thing that I need here is Eevees and Zoroarks. And oh, Munchlax. Hold on. There's one place where Munchlax spawns. Let me head over there. Fish up for me because I don't have a stadium lens, but I finally got a peep. Nice. Nice. I'll take a look here in a moment. I was gonna say, I was like in the debating whether I was gonna have like Spring or maybe Ray make one. I don't know. But PNG tuber again. Which I know sounds odd. I did do PNG stuff in the past, like I guess PNG tubing stuff in the past. But I just gonna be real. Like we were talking about confidence earlier, so this is another thing. I just really am not like happy with how I look. I feel like I just drive home the point of like looking homeless. And with like the scraggly beard and just like long hair and everything. Like I don't know how I want to look, to be fair. But because of all that, like I just don't really feel like I want to be on camera too much. So I was like either gonna just keep the Nyanni up there or just do like a PNG moving forward. I don't want to do VTube, like the full like 3D model stuff. That, like I said, that's still just odd to me. But, oh, that looks cute. I like that derpy. Ooh, Happiny. Okay, hold on. That Happiny outbreak is huge. What did I... Weird air. Okay, hold on. So what? I only need 4 more EVs. Okay. So I saved specifically... Why is it foggy? Okay. There's a few places that I want to check around here, first and foremost. This is the most insane fog I've seen in this game. Any blue letters? No? Ooh. There's a few Pokemon that I want to check here briefly. Just to start and finish, get there. I'm glad that you finished it, Derpy. It looks really good. That was close. This fog is making things so difficult. So, since I know where I'm going, I need to just go from point A to point B. It's funny that the more you play this game, you know where all the spawns are, so you just go from boom, 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 and you're good. If you're out there, sing with me if you're out there. Also, listen, as much as I listen to Japanese music and such, I've been listening to one John Legend song recently. Pretty cool. Fish cache. Okay, so we need to go up this entire stream. There's a bunch of combis up around the... That's an alpha barboach. Okay. I don't need to check the tree. Well, okay, up north I have to check the trees, but that's it. And then we'll go to the Happiny area. And then if there's nothing, if we don't find anything, we're going to reload and go to the Cobalt Coastlands. But this is actually really good. Like, now that we're actually, like, getting close to getting all of them. Is there a massive mass outbreak that spawns on top of the Alpha Ninetails spot? I don't believe so. I've never seen one there, so I would wager no. Sunny. So welcome to the stream. How's it going? I would wager no, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's one there. Just, I don't think I've seen one. I've seen one down below it. I don't think I've seen like a regular outbreak one there either. Alright, cool. Well, yeah, but also, like, are you... Let me make sure I'm understanding your question. Are you trying to find a massive mass outbreak of Ninetails there? Like Alpha Ninetails? Like, is that the goal? Because, I mean, if you're just trying to get a Shalfa Ninetails, no, I'm trying to find a way to soft reset instead of going back and forth. Because I'm Shalfa hunting Ninetails. Okay, that's pretty much what I was asking, is if you're Shalfa hunting them. You probably have an easier time just finding massive mass outbreaks of Vulpix that end up getting a second wave to Alpha Ninetails, and then just going and then just permutationing it. That'd probably be your better bet, honestly. So I would just go back and forth from the village to massive mass outbreaks until you get a Vulpix one. I think that would be what my recommendation is. Alright, you eggs. The eggs, they're running away. Yeah, you're never gonna find, so that's the thing, is you're never gonna find a massive outbreak of a Ninetails. Like, you're not gonna find a massive outbreak or a massive mass outbreak of Ninetails. That's just outright impossible. But you can find Vulpix, and then, buddy, Jesus, it's a fucking hot second there, damn. But then you have it go to a wave 2, which would then be Alpha Ninetails, and then permutation your way there. They did nerf static farming a fair bit. There's another egg somewhere? Where the heck is the last egg? There you are. Goodbye. Is there anything else here that I need? I think the answer is no. Yeah, because let's see. You probably have it. There was no shinies of anything, right? So let's go check this. They did nerf static farming. Um, like you still just will have to like Sunny, you could do what you're saying and just go back and forth from the village just to get that static alpha. You'll probably find it eventually, like you'll get there. But I I would personally wager that the permutation method is just by far easier. Because like let's go here. Because if we go look at where are you? He's somewhere. This guy, like the Spiritomb was after 2 hours of a permutation catch, just because I didn't want to have to wait for more of the massive mass outbreaks to just keep happening. I just permutation this, and then I think the same is for one of these. Yeah, for the washing machine. So like those are not too hard to get. It's just you have to keep resetting over and over. Remember the day one method was just reloading the village and just retrying the outbreak over and over again. Eventually you get something. Now you have to permutate. Yeah, now you have to permutate. Correct. If you're doing the outbreak. Rotom's aggressive enough for the permutation method? Yeah. That's how I got this one. You have to. Oh my gosh, there's yeah, and even with the permutation method, like even if they're not entirely like chinglings, right? You could permutation method them as well. There's actually at the bottom of that site, it does tell you how. I'm pretty sure it's at the bottom of the site. It does tell you how you could essentially goad a docile Pokemon into fighting. If you're trying to like stop them from running away. But it just, I mean, you can goad them into it, or you could just be like very, very meticulous. Yeah, no, I'd like that's my recommendation. Especially like Vulpix. Vulpix probably won't attack from what I recall, but I'm pretty sure at the bottom of that website it will tell you like what you should do. It'll take some trial and error, of course, because it's a hard method to do, but like yeah. What website? Let me see if I still have it up. Does it get taken down? No, it's fine. It's the moon checklist. That's all that stuff. Humble bundle. Don't have it up. Arceus. Permutation. Need to get my 4 other shiny Rotoms. Yeah, so it's here. I could look to that, but the Charizard is too scared to fight. Fair. So you could do this. So that's the Rotom Labs site with a permutation tool. Now you could just default do like all the permutations and everything, which is what I did for Spiritomb and Rotom, just because catching them is just gonna be a hassle for all of this. But there is a spot, it says hunting Pokemon that can't be multi-battled. Check out the view ghost spawn permutations, and it actually will give you a full-blown method on how the ghost spawn works for the permutation method. Like it'll actually like let you know what it is. I think you have to enable advanced mode and then something. Yeah, I think there's a separate thing. What up, Nikita? How's it going? Yeah, because I think the way it works is you just keep catching, and then you have to like leave at certain points. So fine, I'm doing all right. So yeah, because you there you go. View ghost spawn permutations advanced method. Yeah, it's at the way bottom of it on the make docile mons to be aggressive. Um, there was a way. I thought it was mentioned somewhere. But like the ghost spawn method would be what you're looking for more specifically. Um, stretch here in a moment. I'm stretching. Hydrate. That works. Yeah, so you have to do the what shiny mons? A few others. EVs mostly. Not gonna show it up on stream just because I have other stuff. I'm trying to help Sunny out here real quick. Um, oh, Sunny, I think you have to like stun them. I think if you stun them and then attack, I think that's how you make them aggressive. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's how you do it. Um, here, we can do a quick test here. Let's go over here. This works. Try to go over chat top. This didn't entirely work. I think I was too far away. Let's try this again. See if I can get them to... It'd be easier if they were like closer together, but I also just don't care. There's the one fucking random Eevee. That's always up there. I do not. Not exactly like a shiny factory. I just got lucky with just a whole bunch of random Geodudes everywhere. Alright. If these become... Ooh, this is... There's a potential here. Do I want to? Missed. Well, that's also just... Oh, hi. That's... I mean, that's shiny hunting for you. Like... I'm still of the mindset that you don't... Like, if you're trying to shalfa hunt... Like, I guess more power to you. I don't see a reason for it, but I'm not gonna, like, knock you for doing a challenge like that. It just doesn't seem to be much of a point. $26 out of 29 so far. That's cool. Can I borrow Giratina and Arceus for 15 minutes? What do you mean borrow? I'm so confused why you traded me your Arceus and Borrowed forever. Yeah, Sunny. Well, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to Kid Party. Enjoy the follow emotes. What do you need a gear? First off, I'm still baffled that you traded me. No, for Pokemon Home. Did you not put them in there? Alright, Basculin. Swim away. Getting these are gonna be tough. They're trying to get shiny and amorous. And I was just looking for shinies to just check off my list for stuff so I could just do the Path of Solitude stuff faster. And then I got gifted Arceus and a Giratina. So I'll give them back. Like, I don't entirely care. I guess the shiny and amorous are probably... I never really asked about it. What, do you just have to have one of every single Pokemon put in the Pokemon Home from Legends Arceus? Is that how you get it? I can get... I don't care about Shelfas, like, at all. Must have been caught in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay. Do I have to, like, move them to Pokemon Home? Like, they just... And also, till how long do I have to do this? We can give them back here. Just give me 1 second to finish this. No end date as of right now. Okay. So I got time till I finish the Path of Solitude and then just can go from there. You have to transfer them to home. Okay. Interesting. We'll worry about this later. Break out. Sounds about right. Polion, you don't need to be here. Or should I melt him? That is a game that I do need to get. I need to get... Let's go... The Shiny Hunted Palkia. This seems interesting. I don't really need this. You guys just watching? Excuse me. Yo, can y'all stop Naruto running for like 2 seconds? This is gonna be awkward. Got one. That did not count as a back shot? Okay. Interesting. This is called Focus. Don't need to... That's so much. Might be bedtime. Are you saying for you, Derpy? Oh, look at that one. Decided to finally join in. Jesus. Oh, they're so annoying to catch. Ow. Jesus. Yeah, I don't own Let's Go Eevee. I mean, once again, there's other games that I'm more interested in. Jesus. What did I miss? Alright, cool. What have I missed? For Shiny Manaphy, Sword Shields, Scarlet Violet includes DLC. No worries, Derpy. Well, you have a good night. Take it easy. Wow, that actually finished by the time that happened. I might need to pick up, because I do have Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I have Sword and Shield. I have Scarlet and Violet. I need to get the DLCs for Scarlet and Violet. Sword and Shield. Is that another? Either you look slightly off or not. I mean, to be fair, the only game I'm doing the shiny run in is here is because Path of Solitude. Thanks, Derpy. You have a good night. How long have we been going? 2 hours. Might call it soon. We'll see. But yeah, I can give you back the Giratina and the Arceus. I mean, it's yours. I already have, like, that was my third one of each. Or second of each. Second Arceus, third Giratina. So not like I really need it. Do I know why you traded it to me? No, but... Have a good night, Sonny. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for the follow earlier. It's almost 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's 1:30 in the morning here. I do work in the morning as well, but I just wanted to get some stuff done. The worst part is I'm probably going to have to change the name of the stream. I'm Space-Time Distortion ones exclusively. Are you just going to sit around for a long-ass time until they show up? Or is there another method that I'm not aware of for Space-Time Distortions? Because those are the only ones that I'm like, I'll just get them from like Scarlet and Violet. No, they don't. Trust me, I've looked. Because you also got... I mean, if you're counting Johto, Sneasel, and Weavile as separate ones, then yeah, those are going to be only from Space-Time Distortions. Same with Cranidos and Rampardos and Bastiodon and Shieldon. Not in that order. Magnemite and Magneton also don't. Basically hope for the best. I mean, more power to you for the patience for it. Like I said, I'm not the best to ask about shiny hunting because I'm only doing this to pass time. Because I need to get an experience anyway for the Path of Solitude. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if when we get to like Pokemon ZA's release. Oh, you're basically just shelf hunting for the ones you wanted. Okay, gotcha. I thought you were trying to go for like a full shelf of decks, and that's why I was calling you crazy. But if it's just the ones that you wanted, then no shade there. That's fair. But yeah, I'm not that crazy. It's all good. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get just all the shinies by any means necessary for this one. But I wouldn't be surprised if when we get to ZA, right, that people check the code of this game and figure out how the space-time distortions specifically work. Because there's probably a way of how it works. I just don't think people have like found it. Take it easy, Sonny. Have a good night. Do this. use that again. Gotta think if I've done all my dailies today. I think I have. I think I might have gone to sleep. Hopefully not. Also, while I'm at it, has this person posted? No, they have not. They'll probably be on in the morning. Let me check this real quick. Also, while I'm at it, I mean, if I'm up for another hour, probably wake up at like 6:40. Because I gotta go in at 8. On fucking Wednesday, I have to go in super early, but that's fine. I'm hoping Nikita's still here. What was I doing? My brain just stopped. Obviously I'm trading, but this, I was like, there's one game on my phone that I need to check. I'm trying to give you back your Arceus and your Giratina. Otherwise I might end off the stream. I'll probably do like 2 more looks arounds. And then go from there. Time for a link trade. I don't know how many people even play this game. I don't remember what this... We could not find a trade partner for you. Alright, I'm going to give Nikita like 5 minutes. So in the time being, I'm just going to take a look at... What was I looking at? It's the joint operation, right? Joint firing drill. Yeah. Oh, and I also need to do bounties. That's cool. Alright, what is this? Deals 25% of max HP as damage to Avant-Garde. Oh, that is Rio's stuff. Okay, that makes sense. 25% of max HP as damage to Avant-Garde when using the X skill that costs 2 or less. Oh, shoot. So I have to use... What have everyone else been using? Do I have a team that does this? 1. Shiroko. Okay, hold on. No, that was a good team. Because that was... Oh, shoot. Wow. 2 characters. It's crazy. This one doesn't seem that hard. What's this? LA attack will increase based on Avant-Garde's HP. Oh, this one seems super easy. Recommend level 78? Really? See, that one's fine. Do I have anyone else? Yoshino, Tsubaki, Kaharu Ui, Saki Yako? That's fine. See, some of these I just don't have the units for. That's why I wait for like Guitar Rock to make their video and it's like, this is who you should use. I'm like, sick, perfect. Love it, because I don't know shit. So, Nikita, are you here? So I can give you back an Arceus. that's what I figured. I'm just assuming that they're not here. I mean, I'm gonna give it one more try. I get the feeling that they're not here anymore, which is like I was reading, I was ready. But apparently not. So I'm checking something here real quick. All right, I guess we're just gonna go back. So I think we need 2 more runs. Should be good. Mass outbreaks and massive mass outbreak. Oh my lord. You're giving me a Zoroark for my birthday. Alright, they're right there. I'm gonna go check the usual suspects. So now everything here is actually like way more condensed. There's also a Munchlax I should spawn that I should be checking here. I missed it a few times. So instead of going all the way over there, since we don't need Gibble, Gabite, or Garchomp anymore, I could actually just go up to here because sometimes there's an Eevee here. And then we'll climb up here. Because I don't need Glameow or Stantlers. So this one was just always out of the way. But I think this is fine. Because in there's a chance for a Munchlax. Which there was not this time. Alright, less than 1% chance for that Zoroark, so we'll see what happens. That's the Zorua. Listen, I mean, if we get Zoroark, that'd be sick. Not super counting on it. Also Mamoswine's another one that I need to still think about. I forgot, like, I think there's been a few times where I should have been checking the Sweenub spawns. Please do not scream. That would be bad. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Nope. Alright, we are going to catch an obscene amount of Zoroarks. And then hopefully one of them is blue and gray. That is a giant monkey. There's been a lot of fucking giant monkeys around here, Jesus. Alright, hello. I can't believe that almost hit. Yeah, I don't know the permutation method for this. I'm not really trying for the permutation method for this. Oh, hi. Well, that was fast. You're also not blue. That was purple. No. You would expect, with that being my favorite Pokemon of all time, that I would actually be popping off right now. But as I said, it was only a matter of time that we would get it. And since it was only a matter of time, like, I'm gonna stick with it, and then I was gonna get it. It could take days or weeks, it doesn't matter. Dude, that monkey is watching the entire thing happen. That monkey just watched everything happen. Good for you, monkey. I'm glad you just missed me getting my favorite Pokemon ever. That would have been the Pokemon that I feel like a lot of people would have like expected me to pop off on and just like jump up and down and start yelling, crying, or screaming or something. And I'm just like, oh, hello there. Welcome to the team, finally. It's great to have you. Like, we'll see you later. Oh my gosh. Literally just no expression, no emotion, just, I got it. So what, all that's left here is Munchlax and Basculin? Is that really it? Oh, and then, what would be the, okay, also Trash, Burmy, and Wormadam, that's another one. I am missing both of the trashes, so that's something else to consider. But let me think here. Hey, look, an Alpha Rufflet again over here. Crazy, it's all the things. So I should probably like organize the remaining Pokemon I need from like location. Also that Eevee. I gotta think about what I'm doing with that Eevee. Oh, well, welcome back. That's in Russian, and I don't know what that says. But if it means that you're back, welcome back. I was waiting for you. You can type in chat. Were you not able to? Well, let's get you your 2 Pokemon back. And then don't need to worry about trading anything else. Let me just also move this around here. Okay, so you don't need these anymore. So this is in Obsidian. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Luckily I just moved yours to the side. So just give me whatever. Sure. Do this. That. Obsidian. Crimson. Cobalt. What's the fucking 4th place called? Coronat Highlands? Is that what it is? Coronat? Because there's Obsidian, Crimson, Cobalt, Alabaster. I would assume Coronat? Welcome back, Rufflets. That is my Rufflets that I gave last time. So, got him back. I'll take the nose pass. Hold on. I'll take the nose pass. I need the... Oh, the Munchlax. Hold on. I need the Munchlax. Why do you have a shiny Munchlax? Weird. When did you get... What? How many more shinies did you get between now and then? Okay. Well, that's Munchlax taken care of, I guess. Hold on. Well, no, there's no way you're parting with that nose pass. That nose pass is yellow. I like how on my main monitor, this Munchlax looks normal AF, but I could tell that it's shiny. Huh. Well, I got Rufflet back. And then I got Munchlax. I appreciate the Munchlax. The nose pass, though. I have a... Did you... When did you get this one? Well, you're welcome for your Giratina and Arceus back. Where is you? Let's see. Okay. Well, that's out of the way. We'll do one more run, and then I need to go. I'm just gonna go to sleep. So I gotta work in the morning. Also, I don't know what this means. I'm curious. Gotcha. Okay. That makes more sense. Oh, okay. Finneon. Why is there a Riolu here? Why? Where did a Riolu come from? All right. Well, we're back to... Okay, let's just be real. Let's go to Finneon first. We're going to go to Finneon first. Specifically because I know that Prin Pulp area is going to be a headache and a half. I like how the Finneons, though, don't flee. The Basculin, which are Piranha food. How did we get to this point? Okay, well, that makes it easy. Alright, so now we're going to go to Prin Pulp. And Prin Pulp could also potentially be the Empoleons again. And this guy could also be... Oop. Okay, so originally I was going to do the glitch with the subway man. I don't remember his name, but that way we can just get like a bunch of money, so that way I can buy like the experience candy to do everything. However, I'm nowhere near enough to like do that. So next time I stream this game, I will have enough to give to him. And then we do the glitch, get all the muns, move on from there. Ow, I broke my ankles. Hi. Don't mind me, I just broke my ankles in mysterious ways. Tree that's shaking. Okay, that's what I figured. How did that not count as a back hit? Nope. I felt that in my bones. That's still not your back? What a blessing. This is going to be interesting. They are again. Dude. It's the same thing all over again. Well, so you missed me catch a whole bunch of chances. Gyro cannon. I hit his toe. I can't believe it. Out of the way. Why are the penguins mad? Because I caught all of them. Please don't. Please don't. What? Dude, it's not detecting that it's its back. Yeah, I caught a ridiculous amount of chances earlier. You missed it. Don't worry, I still have all of them. They will all be released unharmed in the future. All these chat-tots. Boom. Anyway. Here. Yeah, so we'll do one more scope around. And then I gotta get going to sleep, because otherwise I'm gonna be up late for work. And I probably shouldn't be late for work. Flossie, is it sad that I'm releasing all the chances? I thought you'd be happy. Caught them all just because they were there. And then they're going to be let go to a beautiful sunny field that they will love. Will have all the eggs they could ever egg. The amount of screaming that took place, though, ridiculous. They were just minding their business. Actually, I caught all of their children first, and then they showed up. So they're all going to be released together. I was minding my own business. Bullshit, I was. Classic line. Luminion. I was about to say, he was going to spawn some point. Rainstorm has ended. Alright, so we'll just go check the usual spots for the Remoraid and Finians. And then I'm going to go check the combi area. And that should do it. Go for it. Velocity, stay up. I'm a bad influence. More Basculin. I'm just amazed how we've never seen a single shiny Basculin. I think we've seen a shiny Remoraid, but then I fucked it up. It's amazing that we haven't seen, with all the Basculin that we've seen, nothing. It's positively mind-boggling. Mind becomes boggled. I've been up like pretty much all day just blankly staring at a screen and then didn't go to work, so I don't know what you're expecting of me. Oh, there's another Happiny, but it's not the one we want. Now, can we find a shiny female combi? This one is an Apom. Stay up more? I can't. It's kind of funny. I told my boss, because like I texted her, I called out sick essentially, and then I told her like, oh, when I come in tomorrow, like I might stay a little bit later just because I will have like a bunch of work I know I need to get done. The thing is, like, I'm probably still staying till the usual time because all my work gets done super, super fast, and like I'll probably be done within like 3 or 4 hours. So it's not that big of a deal. It should be fun. That is enough of that. So we'll check how many Pokemon we have, and then I'll end off the stream. And then I'm going to just organize everything into, like, which location we still need to go to in order to get the remaining, like, shinies that we need. But we're getting down to the wire here. That's the good news. And then by the next stream, we'll have caught so much more that I'll be able to do the glitch, get a bunch of money, and we should be there. Because I think we want to be smart about this. So if we take a look, we're not even halfway. I think if I would have gone for another hour, like, we would have gotten at least to, like, this box right here. But next time, we should be able to get, like, nearly all of these filled, and then we'll just go to, I think his name is Ingo. Just to do that. Let's move the shinies around, though, shall we? So we've got our shiny Gabite here today. Release my children. That'll be later. Why do I have another Gabite? Oh. I guess I just never crossed Gabite off the list. Zorian, why are you a... Why did I name a Gabite Zorian and then a Garchomp Zorian? Apparently, Kit just does not understand... Sorry, this is past Kit, because this is high school Kit. High school Kit does not understand naming conventions. Apparently I do. This Eevee needs to become something. I know what exactly I'm going to make it. I'll put you over there for... I'm curious about some stuff about you. Okay. That's fine. And then we did get the Zoroark. That's another one. Which, that's kind of the highlight of today, if we're being honest. That's a really cool shiny. Not gonna lie. Okay, you need to go over here. You two are going there. A Chuho is still there. Don't worry. Not getting rid of a Chuho anytime soon. Just double checking the rest of these to make sure that I don't have something that I don't need. I have 3 Fiones. How many Toxicrooks do I have? I thought I had more than 2. I have exactly 2. I thought I had more. Alright, weird. Okay. You 3 are good. I would like to get shinies of these ones, too. We'll see. Mamos one's a funny one. And then Extrator. Okay, let's get... This Eevee will have a... Fairy type move, so this will evolve into a Sylveon. Change moves. I think it has to have high enough friendship too. I don't remember how to get a Sylveon. What day is it today? Today is the 12th. Does it have to be daytime? Also, what are you... Why are you over here? Huh? Have those two always been there? So I don't think you've ever been here. Is it just because it's a different time of the day? Let me see if I can go to sleep until... let's go midday. Interesting. So middle of the day. You probably just need to have a lot of, like, friendship. Which means I'm going to purchase 70 of these. Stuff them into your mouth. Cool. Okay. And then now you should evolve into a Sylveon, right? My finger's on the B button just in case. That's a Sylveon. Well, that looks cool now, doesn't it? It's very blue. This is when Blossy is about to type something in all caps about how adorable it is. That unknown decided to make the world's loudest noise. We'll just put Chimchar back. Instead, we'll put Chimchar back. Cool. And then that's going to be it. So... oh, not bad. So we still have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 31 Pokemon still left to get shiny. And I still have a whole bunch I still need to level up to 100 or 80 at the very least. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to go to sleep. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, night, or evening. We will be back tomorrow streaming. We should be doing 2 or 3 streams tomorrow. So see y'all then. Peace, everybody. Bye.